Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's stream. My name's Jono, EMEA Community Manager on Monster Hunter, and I am joined by...
Everybody, I'm Joe. I'm the Capcom USA Community Manager on Monster Hunter. And Jono, today we have our final pre-launch community stream. I don't think we're doing another one before launch, but you never know. But we've got some good content to cover. Is that right?
We do, man. Time's flown by. I can't believe that this Friday, we are days away from Monster Hunter Wilds being live and all of us playing it. So it's awesome to come here for one more stream before launch. Because obviously after launch, we're going to be doing tons more streaming, playing Wilds with everyone.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're actually going to be able to play with the community. So we're super looking forward to that. But for today's stream, we've got some cool content to recap. I don't know if anybody was following a stream that happened in Japan over the weekend, but the team actually touched on a little bit of the Endgame content. So we are going to talk a little bit about that today. So if you are trying to avoid spoilers and things like that, we're not going to have too much more than what was revealed in that stream, but we are going to talk about it. So that's your spoiler warning. So we're going to touch on the tempered monsters to begin with. Then we're going to take a little bit of a look at the Iceshard cliffs. Just some gameplay
cool.
from the... Stop it. I like the setup too. It's like I don't like we're in the same room right now. I'm just like...
We're together at last.
Trying to... Yeah.
Which way around? There we go. Joe.
Yeah.
So close.
Or I'm kind of like limited here how I can move. Yeah, there we go. Oh,
I broke the illusion.
The green screens. And we're going to close things out with a developer message at the end. So a quick message from the boys to close things out as we get into launch, which is very, very close approaching. But before we get started, we do want to call out these cool things that we're sitting on. Isn't that right, Jono?
You might have noticed, I might see that Nick's in Twitch chat has noticed it, but we are very lucky. Obviously, Wilds is here. We have a new flagship monster, so it's only natural that we kit out our streaming sub. So the crew at Secret Lab have kindly sent us over a couple of the Secret Lab Titan Evo Monster Hunter Wilds Arkveld editions, which we are going to give you a bit of a show so you can see them in action. Obviously, these are the next chair following the release of the highly sought after Fatalis and Rathalos chairs that you've probably seen. So now we've got the super fresh Arkveld edition. So Joe, should we show them off and talk about them a bit before we get into the content for today?
Yeah, maybe I'll try to get off the chair here and
let's try. We're gonna actually stand up. I'm glad I'll put trousers on today.
Yeah, so. I might be a little quiet for a second. So let's see.
So here is one side. Obviously, some nice Monster Hunter branding with the Arkveld chains right there as well, looking very snazzy. And Joe's gonna do a little spin right there. So it literally exudes Arkveld. My streaming room is just pure flagship monster right now. So Joe's going to do a little spinneroonie. But wait, there's more. Arkveld themselves right there on your chair, which looks very, very cool, by the way. I absolutely love staring at the back of this chair. So we're gonna sit back down now. Hello, everyone. And yeah, obviously, it's actually very, very comfortable. Joe and I were talking about this. We sit in these chairs all day now. We sit in them when we're working. We sit in them when we're playing Wilds. And obviously when we're going to be streaming with you all. And my favorite bit is the pebble chair, the pebble cushion. And I sit really stupid sometimes and really awkward when I'm typing. But it is turbo comfy. So if you are looking for a new chair for your setup, ready to play plenty of Wilds, then do check out. We do have a link down below on our Twitch channel. So if you do want to check it out, pre-order yourself one. Get an order in, treat yourself for Wilds so you have maximum comfort. You can.
Absolutely. Yeah, and one thing, just to before we close things out, I really like the lumbar support. I'm not an expert on ergonomics and stuff like that, or your how you should be sitting, but you can kind of adjust the lumbar support if you want it more firm or what position you want. So that's been helping me out a lot because I've been sitting a little bit too much as we're busy getting ready for launch. So this chair is a godsend as we enter the final days before launch.
Oh yes, and it's pretty cool looking like you got Arkveld chains coming over your shoulders as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've shared our very awesome new scene up, but let's get stuck into some content, shall we, Joe?
Let's do it. Let's go ahead. So everything today that you're going to see is all pre-recorded gameplay, so we're not actually playing today. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the first clip, which will showcase a hunt with tempered Rathian.
Oh, yes. And is this the first time we're actually seeing a Rathian hunt, I think, with the community?
Yeah, I think so, huh? And a tempered monster. So this new location, this is essentially the arena in the game. This is called the Wounded Hollow, which I know a lot of people have already seen probably in the stream, but or in the stream over the weekend. But this is again, you're getting to get a good look at this location.
Yeah, it's really cool to confirm and kind of showcase that there is like an arena style setting, because obviously a lot of what we've spoken about Monster Hunter World so far is this all these huge seamless locales that you can explore in. But if you are looking for kind of a more like, you know, personal hunt experience, that arena setting is there for you.
Yeah, and you do have to progress like a little bit into the game, so you won't see this one right away. But yeah, hopefully as you make your way further in, you'll see why this area is not exactly just called an arena.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, Monster Hunter Wilds, a team have got a big focus on story and narrative, so everything's intertwined, and for you to find out.
Yeah, we're looking at tempered Rathian here, so you can kind of see it's got these like really cool scars all over it. This is essentially a monster that is like battle hardened. It survived in this ecosystem for years. It's got these tempered wounds all over its body, and you will hopefully see that in a bit. But when you do destroy those wounds, they'll show up as blue in focus mode. You'll get some pretty cool rewards for breaking those specific tempered wounds.
Exactly. And something that's really cool about tempered wounds as well is they're different on each individual monster. So if you come up against a different tempered Rathian, the wounds will be in different places or have a good chance to be in different places. So you actually have to mix up what parts of the monster you focus on if you want to get those juicy rewards.
Yeah. And I believe this is Ryozo-san's gameplay, so
it is.
Of course he is a hammer main, and he's got the paralysis hammer. I believe you can craft this one with some Lullabarina materials, and it looks pretty cool.
It's really cool, and it's great to see Ryozo-san himself bring in the bonk on Rathian. And here obviously we've got an example of obviously some of the mountain and how Raiden works in Wilds, and how you can actually use the terrain whilst you're mounting the monster as well, to kind of further influence how that plays out.
Yeah. Ryozo-san going for the big bonks there.
That's what we're talking about. There you go, use the
Yeah,
sacred for a breather.
These tempered hunts are really fun. I think they do provide kind of like a cool reason to revisit some of the monsters that you might encounter like a little bit earlier into the game, because there's just new challenges there.
And there's poison, and look at that poison. Ooh. In my opinion, it is way more dangerous in Wilds than in previous iterations. You can see the health chunking down. So you do have to respect the status. And you might have also noticed that Ryozo-san swapped weapon, but to a second hammer in true hammer main style. Now rocking a sleep status hammer.
Yes. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, he did claim that he was going to run two hammers, and he's true to his word, you know?
Oh, yes. The only thing better than one hammer is two hammers in this case.
Yep. I think you said you're going to run two sword and shields, right, Jono?
Yeah, I am absolutely going to run two sword and shields. Two different elements, or a status and an element. Yeah, I'm all about that life.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe? Are you having two different weapons?
I've actually been running hammer and greatsword quite a bit, but I don't know. This is like inspiring me to maybe I'll go double hammer.
More bonk.
Yeah, Tyler's asking you can use two of the same weapons. Yep.
Absolutely. And here we have an example there, obviously, of the gate coming up there. We only have the one monster in at the moment, so you don't necessarily need to use the gate unless you need a breather, but it's there for a reason.
Yeah, I think they want to show something off here, which is this.
Hey, so you can climb the fence if you're on the wrong side of it, or the right side, and you need to get out of there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if we called it out earlier, but when we were poisoned here earlier, there was a pure wasp in the area, which just got rid of all that status effect. So that was something that was really handy, help you out in this like kind of contained area.
That's very nice. So it not only removed the status, but also a cheeky little bit of healing.
Yeah, ooh, good flash pod.
Bringing down the Rathian. Rio's just had those sorts up straight to the head. Oh wait, then he spotted one of those tempered wounds.
Yeah, those blue tempered wounds. You can tell the difference between just those regular ones.
I mean, I'm a big fan of blue, so I'm going to hone in straight for that.
Of course. Then straight back to that. Ooh, the mighty swing.
Oh, bonk. Look at that. Exquisite.
So good. I love all the combos with the hammer. That's definitely one of the reasons why I've kind of switched over to it from greatsword. Even though I still love my greatsword, the hammer's just so fun.
It's incredibly satisfying.
Yeah. Man, we've got a good crew of hunters over here. They're with the timely flash pod. I guess that's what you expect from the dev team, right?
Here we go. Yeah, I was going to say the dev team play this game a lot. You know, they love Monster Hunter just like we all do. Everyone here in chat, everyone watching, you know, so it's awesome seeing them absolutely go to town and demonstrate their passion and knowledge of the game.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget like how big of a monster Rathian is. both Rathian and Rathalos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if that's a crown or not.
Yeah.
They're doing well though.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if we had Tokuda-san also playing in this group.
Yeah. So he's
the
a
master with
all
14.
weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it stunned there. Oh, there's another wound.
Another wound. Are we going to see a focus strike here? Well, maybe. Some good staggers on that.
Yeah, I also like that this area has like some sloped.
I bet, especially if you're a hammer enjoyer. Like,
yeah.
This is where you want to live. It was like me with the Kolv Taroth pillar in Iceborne, right at the end, where you can keep doing the sword and shield plunge attack. I was like, no, I'm not moving from here. This is my home now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know like the arena type area in Rise, I don't think it had any sloped areas. I think there was like maybe a part where you could jump off, but it didn't have any sloped areas. But in Monster Hunter World, it did have that. Oh, are we?
And a second mount as well, using the terrain again to get some big damage. So where you choose to mount, if you're in like a larger area, it's definitely something worth thinking about. Oh,
nice. I wish this was my gameplay. They would have made us look good.
Yeah. The teamwork is fantastic as well. They got like a Lalabarina, Paralysis S&S in there.
Dang, with the timely flash pod. Somebody's on it.
They are. Look at this, and there's those hammer combos you were talking about as well.
Yeah, and then go straight. Oh, there we go.
But it's great seeing the scars on the monster as well, like a silver kind of like sheen to them.
Yeah. There we go. Quest complete.
There we go. And obviously, these are some very, very experienced hunters here, so they did a great job taking Rathian down in the time they did.
Yeah.
If I can get anywhere near that time, I would be over the moon.
Yeah, these are our developers, so you know they're pros, they're experts, especially Ryozo-san with the two. I'm not just saying that because he makes the game, you know.
I mean, what a hunt leader to have, right? Having the producer of Monster Hunter Wilds himself like leading that charge.
Yeah. And just a little bit more about the Wounded Hollow. So again, we did mention this is kind of similar to Arena, but it's not necessarily just an arena. So it is an independent locale in the game. So monsters will actually wander in there. So you may check it on your map, and you'll see like a monster has entered the Wounded Hollow. You didn't actually it's not just like something that you can only do on a discrete quest. So I love seeing that because you'll check your map and you're like, oh, something's in there, and it might be a regular monster, it might be something cool like a tempered Rathian with cool rewards. So it's something you're going to want to check in on very often.
Yeah, I like how it's like very much an organic approach to the arena, as you said. You don't know what monster could wander in there, what rewards might be waiting for you in there. So it's always worth poking your head in and seeing what happens. And also because it's an enclosed space, if you do want to practice like a bit against a monster rather than in your training area, it's a great excuse to hop in there.
Yeah, I love it. All right, why don't we go ahead and get into our second clip that we have today, which is really focused on the Iceshard Cliffs, which is the fourth area that we revealed in the game. So let's go ahead and get into that.
I'm ready. I'm ready. And, as you can immediately see, and as the name would, lean towards, this is an icy cold locale. And at the moment, there is, a freezing foggy mist kind of around.
Yeah, and like the other locales in the game, it does have different weather states. So right now, it is just really foggy and very cold. So
exactly.
You're gonna want
You're gonna want to wrap up warm. And we got straight into a pack of Hirabami as well.
Yeah, I love this monster.
It's great, and it's 3 against 1 at the moment as well.
Yeah,
which is brutal.
Yeah, it is a pack monster like Doshiguma, so you'll want to have your large dunk pods on you to try and separate the pack.
Unless you're
Flash pods
incredibly
are super
brave.
effective too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Also,
unless you're really brave.
Did they pop a hot drink at the start? Oh, we're going to use some endemic life instead. As an ultimate to a hot drink.
Yeah, I believe that's a heat mantle bug, right?
Yep. And that confirms, hot and cold drinks are back, and you will want to use them when you're in certain environments within the locale.
Oh, there's a Hirabami that's sleeping over there.
Booze.
I think it was the small monster that may have put it to sleep. It's got all these other ones guarding it, so it's a little tough right here. Space Girl's asking, are we playing or is it pre-recorded? This is pre-recorded. But we are here live. The gameplay is pre-recorded.
Yep. And it looks like they've got the focus of one of the Hirabami there. You can tell, obviously, if you did the Behemoth hunt in World Iceborne, you'll recognize that line. And in certain scenarios in Wilds, obviously, that will come back up.
Yeah. Oh, we've got our friend Blagonga over here.
Oh,
not a friend, but and the tiny Blonga is there. I love seeing this monster back. In general, I love these ape type monsters. They're really fun to fight. And this it's an ice an ice monkey basically. Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's going to town. Look at that turtle war. Oh my goodness. It's gone in for Hirabami then. That's going after that hunter.
With the Rathian greatsword, I believe.
There we go. It's time to assert dominance.
Ooh, we had the block. Oh,
slam.
Tried to go for it.
Focus mode there being used to retarget to keep the hit as well.
Yeah.
Is exquisite.
Just fun note from the dev team, Blagonga was the first monster that the director of this game, Tokuda-san, that he worked on.
No way!
I'm sure it's pretty cool for him to come all the way full circle and take this one on. Oh, then now the quest has officially started.
Blagonga is back.
Yeah.
An example of, oh, hang on, we've got a power clash.
Nice, love that power clash. Oh. There we go. Nice. Right into the TCS.
Delicious. So obviously, those of you that have been playing for a while, that is very reminiscent of the opening scene from Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the desire to recreate the action from that scene is what actually was one of the reasons that Power Clash became a feature in Monster Hunter Wilds. To kind of allow you to kind of live out those epic moments you might see in our trailers and cutscenes.
Yeah. It's so cool. Yeah, I feel like in general, this game is a lot of the hunting fantasy coming to reality. All the things that you can do, different moves, just how good everything looks. Oh, watch out for that ice breath.
Ooh. Chilly. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's not an ideal place to be in. Luckily, they escaped really quickly.
Oops, I think my camera
lost Joe's camera.
Yeah, I've been
Joe,
lost.
Come back to us. He's got into the abyss.
I got into the abyss. We'll get that started. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you still hear Joe? You might not be able to see him, chat, but can you still hear Joe? You can. Wonderful.
I carded.
Yeah, Joe's carded. Don't worry, he'll be back. We still got 2 more cards, so he'll be back.
All right, let's see if we get that resolved.
Hello, who's this cheeky individual? It looks like Jin Dahad themselves has made an appearance to assert dominance over Blangonga.
Yeah. It's really cool that it can just like appear like that here.
Exactly. So you
outside
wander
of its
around.
quest.
Yeah, you're wandering around the locale, and it's like, this is my locale, right? Like, you're in my turf, and it'll cause some trouble. And of course, this is just like the upper body. Like, this is just part of the monster. This is a big monster, and then it's gonna use the local area to send it on its way by smacking a rock into its face. And obviously, if you do want Jindahad to not stick around, dealing some damage to it is a nice way to encourage it to move along.
Oh. We got another friend here.
Wow. We're getting the classics today, which is awesome to see.
Yeah. Nursilla is really cool in this game, but I think that we have a little bit of a twist, right?
Yes. Would you like to explain the little twist on Nursilla?
Yeah, you might notice like kind of this effect coming out of it, which, you know, if you're familiar with our friend Gore Magala, you might know that this is a frenzied Nursilla. So generally frenzied monsters have stronger attacks. They do have lower HP, and they tend to stay in one area a little bit longer. Oh, I'm back. I guess my camera's back. Thank you, producer. Yeah, I've appeared again. I was frenzied, you know. that's why I carded from Frenzy. Yeah, there are some things about frenzied monsters that are also different in this game, so we're not going to try to spoil everything about that right now. But yeah, we hope you look forward to it, and you should see some pretty cool stuff.
It's really cool. So we've got tempered monsters and frenzied monsters confirmed. You know, all these different options and challenges that await you. Oh, we're webbed.
Oh.
We're webbed. We're out.
Nice little escape there.
Yeah, good use of Sacred.
I think we've got our mending mantle on, right?
Is it? It's gone on? Yep. So the Mending Mantle is a brand new mantle available in Wilds. And it's really handy because over time, it will replenish your health automatically. So if you're someone like me that's a bit of a bruiser, as in I get hit a lot because I'm greedy, you don't have to stop your onslaught to heal. But there's a little bit more to it as well, isn't there, Joe?
Yeah, it's basically it'll kind of like heal, or it's a good mantle to use like as you're landing attacks. So when you do like kind of hit those attacks, it'll refresh your health, which is really cool. So if you're using a weapon, Jono, like your favorite, the sword and shield that gets multiple attacks in, it's perfect for that.
Yeah, well, sword and shield is great for it. Lance, I imagine, dual blades. You've got options, and looks like we got.
Oh, are we mounted on here?
Oh yeah. Oh wow, using the scenery and the environment to get some big damage.
Yeah, so yeah, I think this is the case in Monster Hunter World as well. But you know, when the monster kind of like senses you on its head, it's gonna try to do everything it can to get you off there. Some of the monsters have some pretty cool attacks, like new Udras in particular. I like a lot.
Ooh, that's very.
They'll just kind of like, you know, get all the tentacles to try and get you, which is cool.
But it's a lovely touch. So if you want to kind of, when you're mounting the monster, not send it off too far. You know, don't go on the head too much. But if you do want to manipulate it and move it into these environmental hazards, jump straight on its head and hold on tight.
You know, yeah. Normally, I'm not like I'm not a big spider person, but Nursilla is a really cool monster. I guess I don't know if we technically call it spider though.
Yeah, it's a great monster. I'm so glad to see it back. And there's more to it than what you've seen so far as well.
Yeah. All right, I think we're wrapping this clip up, so we're gonna head back to the tent. I love our armor here.
Look at that gear. Now that is epic.
Looking good. The palico as well looks awesome.
That's going straight into the layered section. Yes, please.
Yeah. So what are we looking at here? This is the decorations screen, right, John?
Yes. Yeah, so here you can slot your decorations into your armor and weapons as well. So, you can change your set on the fly to best suit the situation if you so desire. And inside the menu to change equipment as well, you can press right on the D-pad to make it easier to put on and take off decorations.
Yeah, I love how quick it is. It's just hit the D-pad, and all of them are outlined for you right there.
Yeah, you're ready to rock as well. Oh, look at that. Oh, that armor is so cool.
We're interacting with our Palico. Oh.
Yes. Now, why do we need to interact with our Palico on this occasion?
Yeah, well, so the inclemency of this region is hit, so the weather is not great, and our Palico's not feeling so hot. Oh.
No. Our Palico looks out for us in the hunt, so during inclemency periods, please do take a moment to interact and pet your Palico so you can comfort them and cheer them up during inclemency period.
Yeah.
Because it's not just scary for you, it's scary for them too. If it's cold outside, let them in.
All right. Well, that wraps up our tour of the Iceshard Cliff. So let's close things out. We have a couple of things to talk about the endgame content. So let's go ahead and pull those slides up. Take a look.
So obviously, first of all, we covered Tempered Rathian, speaking about like how Tempered Scars worked, how they're a tougher fight, and as well as the special rewards you can get from hunting them.
Yep. And we talked about the Wounded Hollow. That is the arena type area in this game. And again, it's got a lot of the things that you expect from arena, but some things that you won't expect, especially those monsters being able to just kind of like wander in there, take on those monsters by selecting them on the map or just visiting the Wounded Hollow. So hopefully you guys look forward to that.
And then obviously we took. Oh, sorry. Oh no, after you.
Sorry.
You.
I forgot my place. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. And then obviously we took a look at the Iceshard cliffs there. We had Blangonga in there. We had Hirabami, a herd of pack of Hirabami. Jindahard themselves made an appearance. And obviously we had the frenzied Nasilla there. Obviously as well, we saw the impact of the weather on the environment, the hazards available, and even your Palico. So make sure you pack a hot drink or two, because there might not always be a heat bug mantle or heat mantle bug around.
Yeah, so summing up what we talked about for tempered monsters, again, they are monsters that are really battle hardened. They have higher health. They're covered in these tempered scars that really like kind of showcase that, and they just are a lot tougher than just kind of a regular monster. So you're going to want to break those tempered wounds in order to get some greater rewards. So definitely look out for those blue wounds that you're able to break in the middle of combat. Jono, yeah. Sorry, I keep forgetting my place. Yeah, I was going to tee you up here, but
please tee me up. I'm ready. I'll pretend I didn't say anything.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about an endgame. This is an endgame weapon system, right? Where we haven't shown any footage of that today, but we did want to kind of go through that. So, Jono, take us through how Rathian weapons work.
Yes. So we're Monster Hunter players. We like our endgame. We like to have something to focus on and to grind to further empower us for the hunts ahead. And in Monster Hunter Wilds, one of those is Rathian weapons, which is linked to hunting tempered monsters. So there's a really good reason to hunt tempered monsters. Because sometimes they'll offer the bonus rewards, which are called Rathian materials. And if you collect enough, you can forge special Rathian weapons over with Gemma at the smithy. So make sure you're going after tempered monsters, taking on these challenging foes to get those. And you need to gather different Rathian parts of the same rarity to forge an Rathian weapon. And the parts required differ by weapon. So what you have for sword and shield might be very different from what you might need for, say, heavy bowgun or hammer. So, you got to get that variety in there. And then you can further enhance Rathian weapons with Rathian materials. Now, obviously, there's even more to the system than that, but we're going to let you discover that from February 28th.
Yeah, let's talk about decorations a little bit. So, as we have mentioned before, there are two different types of skills. So, armor and weapon skills, and weapon skills this time are tied to your weapons. So, you won't be able to just insert decorations that are related to weapons all over your armor, and vice versa. They are kind of specific to each type of either weapon or armor. And decorations in this game, you'll earn them going on high rank quests and high rank environments. It's not exactly all limited to high rank environments, but that's generally where you will find them. Something that I really like about this game is that if you are just looking for a specific skill that you can't track down, you're having trouble just getting it randomly, you are able to create them at the melding pot. So that's going to be a huge help for people who are just looking for that one specific skill and can't get that decoration that you want. And again, if you're trying to get like that maximum efficiency, just min-max your build, you can get those decorations that activate multiple skills, and you can do that by hunting tempered monsters in the end game. So, I know for all those players out there who are just trying to make the most powerful build possible to just kind of like, make themselves the most equipped to take on monsters and take them out as fast as they can. That's definitely where you're going to want to continue to work on your build by getting those tempered monster rewards.
This is really cool, especially for those that are attack enjoyers or guard up enjoyers and things like that. You can kind of get your foot in the door. And as you said, Joe, the more challenging monsters you face, the more chance of getting those lucrative decorations that you can't just get in the melding pot. So that's really, really exciting.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. We're taking a look at a map in high rank here, and we can see a tempered Rathian. But you'll notice that this monster is obviously just roaming out in the wilds, and highlighting it reveals bonus rewards. So these are on a tempered Rathian, as I've mentioned here, and you can see how many rewards are Artian parts and how many are decorations as well. So you're like, maybe I want to go hard on a monster that's got loads of Artian parts or one that's more decoration focused. And you can kind of, help you target farm what you want to get if that monster is roaming around. And it's super easy to check these. You can see them from the field survey and the environment overview on the map. And if there's no monsters or particular rewards that catch your eye, in your tent, you can actually rest to advance the time or environmental phase of your choice. So if you're in the plenty, you can change it to inclemency, or if you're in the fallow, you can jump back to plenty or force an inclemency as well. So you do have that flexibility on how you want to enjoy that part of the game, whether that's alone or your friends.
Yeah, I love this system. It's really cool to hit the map or just wander around and you see all these rewards on a monster, and you might see like a really cool tempered monster or a quest with multiple monsters with tons of rewards. And when you see it, it's kind of just like it pops off in your brain of just like, oh man, I want to do that, which is really cool. So I think this is a really cool new system. Hopefully it just keeps like the hunts flowing every time you see those quests. And then again, if you do want to be really specific in what you're looking for, you can kind of look up at what times or what season that a monster might show up more frequently, and then change to that by resting.
Exactly. I find it really rewarding. Like if I'm going to be like, I really want to focus on an Artian weapon, I can pick a monster that I know will drop a lot of Artian parts. Or if I'm more like, damn, I really need some fancier decos, I can chase that as well. So it's a nice way to kind of, choose what you want to grind and kind of, customize your experience for the evening.
Yeah. So this is another important system. So we were talking about all these quests that you might encounter on the field, but if you don't have time to do it right now, or maybe you're just like not in the mood to do it, or you want to do another quest and you're worried that the quest is going to expire, you can save them as investigation quests. You actually have to use your guild points in order to save them, and there's actually a limit to how many times that you can take that quest on. So you can't just like repeat it in perpetuity, but you can do it as many times as the quest outlines. So you can save that quest, the environment status, all of the conditions about it, the rewards, and then attempt it at a later time. So, I love this system. It definitely, like, I love to just like find quests on the map, save it as an investigation, maybe do that one later, just kind of keep it in the back pocket when you're looking for the next quest to do. And Yeah, it'll save a lot of different things about the environment too. So like things about the environment state, or if there's like another monster that's nearby, all of those things will kind of like stay within that investigation. So I really like this system.
It would be great. It's like kind of me going, oh, like, you know, when you talk to your friends and you're like, oh, I had the craziest hunt, like, right? And they're like, oh man, I would have loved to have been there. And you can be like, wait, I saved it as an investigation. The fact that any
Yeah,
monster you find there, you can turn into an investigation and then play it with your friends or, you know, hold on to it because it's one you really like. I love. So, yeah, I could be like, yo, Joe, you need to come hunt this Alpha Doshiguma with me. It's dropping mad loot. So I think that's really, really exciting.
yeah. Well, we do have one more thing. So if you say you took on a quest and forgot to save it as an investigation, you're like, ah, dang, should have saved it as an investigation. Um, we have a way of redoing those quests, right? So let's take a look at that on the next slide.
And here we have it. So as you mentioned, there is a limit in total to how many times you can attempt investigations, but you can accept them from any time from pop-up camps or your handler's quest menu, which is super duper easy. And on top of that, as you mentioned, say, yeah, you see a monster you've been waiting for ages, and you're like, yo, I'm just going to go slap this monster. And you're like, oh man, I really should have turned that into an investigation. What you can do is there's actually a field survey history tab, and you can go in there and look at hunts you've done recently and save a quest that you've already done as an investigation. So yeah, we're not going to punish you for being excited and jumping into a hunt you really like or really want to do. You can check your recent history effectively and go back and save it retroactively as an investigation, which is really, really cool. Because if it's anything like me, once you get stuck into the kind of the hunt, you don't want to stop, and then you're like, oh man, like that one gave me like extra wings or something like that, and then you're like, no problem, we've got this.
Yeah, I think all these changes like kind of come together. It is a fundamentally different flow to how you kind of like take on quests by going into the map and you see all these cool quests that you want to do. You choose the monsters, you choose the environment that you like, and you go to. But at the same time, if you do want to go on those kind of like classic optional quests, or you want to go into kind of like more traditional investigation system, there are ways that the game really empowers you to do that. Again, by saving investigations, by looking at your past quest history and saving those things. So I think there's really a hunting style for all types of players who, based on how they like to play, will be able to kind of like tailor the experience towards them. So I think all these new systems are really cool.
Massively. I like how we've got a blend of the old where you can use the quest board system, like the old days, or, with Wilds, what it brings to it, where you can look on the map and choose a monster that you want to hunt or an environment that you want to hunt in, an experience, you can really cultivate and kind of make it the hunting experience you want to have. Which I just think is, I mean, I'm biased, but I think that's really cool.
Yeah, something I really loved, in the end game of Sunbreak was like seeing people share all of these really crazy investigations that they went on, and now like this is a really cool way that you can share it with other people, even if you've done it already, by saving it as an investigation. So because it saves like the weather and the world state, the other monsters that are on the field, I think we're going to see some really cool stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing like kind of these crazy and random quests with awesome rewards that people go on, and seeing those get posted online. And hopefully we can go on a couple of those with you, because we're looking forward to it.
Yes, Joe said, if you get any real juicy quests when the game's out, drop us a message. Yeah, we'll hop in and give you a hand for purely altruistic reasons.
Oh yeah, just to help,
Yeah. It's what community managers do. We're here for you.
All right. Well, I think that is going to wrap up all of like the information and content that we have today. Hopefully, you guys liked going through some of the end game content. And yeah, let's.
I think do we have one more slide?
Yeah, we do have one more slide. Sorry.
Oh, okay. This was okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So this is the field survey history that we mentioned, by the way.
Yes.
So we went through that. We kind of got a bit excited, but this is what it looks like. So it's really nice and clear. So you don't have to read lots of small text all the time. You'll see the monster. You can see its star rating and other things, as well as how much it costs in guild points to kind of save that. So yeah, it's really simple to use. You can jump straight to it. You don't have to kind of dig deep into the archives as well. And on that, I'm going to pass back to Joe.
Yeah. Let's go back to the two of us on screen again in our shared room that is not virtual.
yeah, we're definitely sat next to each other. There's only a small ocean between us, so you know, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone that's pre-ordered as well in chat. I see you've been shouting out throughout the stream, so thank you everyone that's pre-ordered. We're going to see you straight away on the 28th.
Yeah. Somebody's spamming bring back Rompompolo in the YouTube chat, but he never left, I guess.
No, he never left. And you know, Rompopolo is like a little over 48 hours away now. Soon you will feel the puffy embrace of Rompopolo. You know, our adorable little oil silk.
I don't know if I call it that, but well, Jono, like you said, we're only a few hours away from launch. This has been a pretty whirlwind journey, at least for the two of us. So again, this is probably the last time we'll be talking to the community on stream, I guess, before launch. Any parting words as we head into the final days here?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, don't worry, we'll be back straight after launch. You know, we have got plenty of streams planned for Wilds, and we're going to be playing with you all, because you know what, Wilds has cross-platform play, so now no matter where you're playing, you can play with us and all jump into the lobby. Well, up to 100 of you can jump in the lobby anyway, and we can get some on some. But honestly, it's an incredibly exciting time. It's a privilege for us to be here with you to enjoy it. The next generation of Monster Hunter is literally like 2 days away. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, it's been crazy. I think all of us on the teams have been extremely busy, and it's been a pretty intense time right now, and it's a whirlwind, right? Like, we had reviews and stuff yesterday. We've had so many trailer drops and a bunch of news, but at the same time, even though we've been busy, we've been trying to like really enjoy this moment, because you don't get to launch a big new Monster Hunter game like this too often. So yeah, it's a big moment where we can't wait to start playing with everybody, seeing what you think, and launch is not the end, because as you guys know, Monster Hunter always has tons of free post-game content or post-launch content. So, and we've already revealed one of those monsters at this point with Mizutsune. So, we've also got event quests and everything. So this, again, launch is just the start. I'd like to try to remind people that launch is a big moment, but at the same time, we hope you have a really great experience playing through the game and enjoying what we have in the end game. But we're just going to continue to build from here, and it's going to be a really fun journey ahead. So really looking forward to it.
I think you worded it perfectly. This is just the start of our next great Monster Hunter adventure. And as you said, we've already signposted title update 1. So yeah, we're incredibly excited. But Joe, today's a special day, so I don't think it should be us that does the parting message. I think we should hand that over to some rather special individuals. What do you reckon?
Let's do it. And I guess, that'll be the last thing. So we'll say goodbye for now, and we'll see you guys either online or in our next stream, which will happen shortly after launch. So we'll see you then, and we'll toss it over to our friends on the dev team.
皆さんこんにちは、モンスターハンターワイルズプロデューサーの辻本です。
モンスターハンターワイルズディレクターの徳田です。
はい、というわけで、2月28日、モンスターハンターワイルズ、いよいよ発売となります。発売近づいてきましたね。
やっと近づいてきましたね。はい。
どうです今の心境は？
そうですね。僕6年間、ずっと作ってきたので、もう考えもちょっとひとしおという感じがしますね。はい。
いよいよ皆さんに遊んでいただけるというところですので、はい、皆さんぜひもう少し待っていただけたらと思います。またモンスターハンターワイルズ発売しましたら、僕も、ディレクターの、徳田も、あとディレクターの藤岡も、そして開発陣スタッフも、モンスターハンターワイルズ、プレイすると思いますので、皆さんぜひオンラインで、お会いできたらと思っております。それではぜひ、皆さんモンスターハンターワイルズ楽しんでいただけたらと思っております。では最後はいつもの掛け声で締めさせていただきたいと思います。はい、せーの。Happy hunting!